Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today. Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
Maybe I should call myself Snowberon.
Snowberon. You know, every single morning we've woke up to some more snow, right? Pretty much this week?
Yeah.
Pretty much this week.
The
and
big
guess
one
what?
is yet to come, isn't it?
Well, but guess what? There's a little more tomorrow morning, too.
Yeah.
But yes, we may get a big dumping on Sunday. Our local people have been very hedgy about that, but suddenly she at least admitted to today that there would be, what did she say? Oh, the storm that's affecting the south is inching a little further north, so we might get a little bit more accumulation. Whereas I heard from the Weather Channel, it could be anywhere from 3 to 7 inches. Dun, dun, dun.
So, anyways, welcome to our show.
Gina, I know. We're all going to suffer either the cold, the ice, the snow. Boy, this is one rough winter. Welcome to the show anyway. That's right. It's all warm and friendly here. We got the sun man here, mooning you all. Oh my goodness.
Yes, Seb, we will add you to the list. And by the way, Jenny, Pleer, you are the first, so...
You should post your questions
right,
soon.
because we'll be up to you in just a minute.
We're going to do the card for the collective. I'll get Sab on the list. Is there anybody else? Oh, you did.
No, I did it.
Thank you. I'll get him down here.
All right.
Okay, well, let me get going with the Season of the Witch Oracle here. 6+ inches, oh my. Ugh. And all the subarctic air. I'm not looking forward to this. Even during the day on Saturday, it's supposed to feel like minus 27 out there for much of the day. It's going to be terrible. And tomorrow is similar, but not quite, I think, as harsh during the day as it will be on Saturday. But it's going to be bad tonight.
It begins.
It begins.
So,
Well,
thanks for
okay,
asking,
Gina.
Seb.
Hold on a minute. You might maybe have heard of this before, but I hadn't. I didn't realize... I should have known because I know trees crack in the cold, but I didn't realize there was this phenomenon called exploding trees.
Well, that's why they're cracking. I guess it's an extreme version.
Well, it sounds like a gunshot when it goes off. And so I guess it's the sap freezing inside of the trees. And we have, in part of our state, including the UP, an exploding tree warning for this weekend. I didn't have that on my bingo card.
Funny.
Oh, wow. Yes, very.
It's our card for the other day.
It's our card for the other day, and we have it again. So I get to get into it a little bit more from the person's perspective in the book. Because I, of course, went a little bit my own way with that one, but not completely. Staying with the flavor. I'm trying to find it here. I went too far. I went from D to K. Come on now. Horned owl. I'm close. Incense. The keyword is clearing blocks, truth, and aha moments. Allow the smoke to reveal the truth, clearing the haze while lifting the fog. The sacred smoke of incense can be seen as a highway to the divine, immediately clearing out negativity while carrying your hopes and intentions to the heavens. Frankincense resins in particular correspond with spiritual openings and creating a pathway to successful ventures. Receiving this card represents an aha moment when the fog has lifted and suddenly everything makes sense. Boy, I wish everything would make sense in this world right now. It's true. You are now able to look back and see where all the challenges, changes, and choices have brought to you. If you, or have brought you to, where they have brought you to. If you've had integrity in your journey through life, then you have nothing to fear. However, if your path has been dotted with cruelty or moral depravity, you may be entering in what might be termed bad luck. In this way, the card also represents karma, or balancing the scales, and it can also mean it's time to put all your cards on the table. Truth will free you and any others involved, lifting any burdens you may have been carrying and allowing you to begin the process of healing and moving forward. You know, you can avoid all that to begin with by being truthful, being honest partners with others, and, and then you won't have to, try to mask the odors of what you're doing with a little cover of incense. But also this idea, too, of clearing the air. I read recently, too, that a lot of people are taking this habit. And, there are certain times of year, Mr. O, where you're supposed to just open your doors and windows and let the cold air in.
Right.
I'm not sure I recommend it in minus 25 below.
No.
But it's good to do that and clear the air. So you might want to think of ways to clearing your home right now. Yeah. Apparently, this is a social media trend where people even every morning are opening their doors or windows briefly and letting some fresh air in.
Well, this reminds me of a slightly tangential story about some friends of ours who we know, and one of them has a haunting in their house. There's a haunted pantry in the basement or some such, and they keep talking about smudging, and then another one of our friends says, no, you need to do black salt.
The black salt or something.
I guess the pantry is nicknamed Murder Pantry.
I have not been there, right? That's what's her name.
Neither of us have been there.
Neither of us have been there.
They won't invite us
there.
They're probably afraid we'll trigger more activity.
I'm a little afraid I'll be, it might affect me. So, when people are ill and they have little things going on, even though I shield well, I'm not so convinced that something might not try to get me. So bring me down, kick me while I'm down.
So we have cleared the air.
So, whew. But anyway, we digress. At any rate, you get the message. That's what I have for the collective. Let us move on. Jenny is up, so we need that question. If
Jenny, did you give us a question?
We'll give you a couple minutes and then we're just going to move on.
Yep. In the meantime, I will mention that earlier this week, I think it was on Monday, right? Or was it Sunday?
I got a comment to Gina. Yes, it's called house burping. That's what it's called when what they're doing now, this thing of opening the windows and doors.
House burping.
Yes.
Well,
I
anyways.
like that.
So, burp your house while watching the monthly modality message, which was on earlier this week, but it's good for the entire month. It's our great astrological tarot reading. Find out how your modality copes with such things as letting the house breathe.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a great idea, Mr. Owen. That was a wonderful segue, I have to say. I think we're going to move on from Jenny. We've gave you a few moments to post here. So, hey, we're not messing around with this stuff. Post your question. If you really want to be, if you got to leave. All right, Shirley is up, and I do have a question for Shirley. Well, I got a question from Shirley, let me put it that way. And it is, will I get offered the job close by? Or will my business improve in the next 7 days?
Hi, Holly.
I'll get you on the list, Holly, but check for it later. I'm not going to repost it again right now. I'll get you on there, though.
It's Holly.
Holly, right?
Yeah, not Kelly.
No, I said Holly.
Oh, it sounded like you said Kelly.
Uh-oh.
All right. So Shirley asks, will I get offered the job close by, or will my business improve in the next 7 days. So that sounds like a 2 and 2, right?
Yeah, I guess you could do that. Let's do
Alrighty,
that.
we'll do it
So
that
the
way.
job
2 on
close
one side,
by
2
will
on
be
other.
the first 2 and then the 7 days. Okay, business. Because maybe either or both could occur. I'm good with
And
that.
I'm using the Gothic Tarot of Vampires.
I threw a few new, older, different decks in the mix this time around, so I might start with those first. But I haven't totally cleaned out what I wanted to here yet. I've been doing lots of laundry, and I plan on catching up on things since we are going to be home all weekend. We're not going anywhere.
Ain't going out. All right, 2 and 2.
Want to hug Sonny. He would hug you back. He would, well, maybe. They are all shy, our cats, when others come around. I think if anybody's going to come out first, it's going to be Shadow. Shadow's the
she
curious.
can be a little braver that way. All right. What you got?
Well, what do you got?
Okay, so we'll do
Let's do the first one first. That's the, will
being
I get
offered.
the job? Will I get the job close by?
Yeah, we're pretty cold too. We're going to be much colder tomorrow, Holly. We're going to be like 27 at some point below. All right. So for the idea of being offered the job, we have Judgment, Major Arcana 19 Judgment, and the reversed 5 of Pentacles.
Oh.
Which is always kind of cool. I like it.
Well, what did I get first? I'm pretty sure it was this one. Here.
Home. And puppy dog, loyalty.
Well, so far, Shirley, I think it's possible that you could get this job. It showed, the 5 of Pentacles reversed almost indicates doors are opening for you now, maybe, that a recovery could be in progress. And Judgment here could, you could say with that card that, somebody might favor you for, what you're seeking, your position, that there could be a judgment in your favor.
Right, I feel that exactly. You just did the first card, right?
I did both of them.
Yeah.
I said doors opening with the 5.
Yeah, it's almost like saying, you're being welcomed in somehow. You're coming into a place that, you weren't sure if you were going in, but now you are. And that it really has a lot to do with making this a change. So even if it doesn't seem like there's a big change going on for you, I don't remember if this is the job you mentioned with the pay scale and stuff like that. It still is something commendable because it may be opening up a bigger door and creating a window for another, transition.
Well, I have to say to you both, Holly and Gina, that my computer says it's 20 degrees outside right now, but it feels like 6. So that's where we're at right now.
You're kind of near us too, Holly, aren't you? We're in Detroit area, near Detroit, and I think you're not very far. Yikes!
Oh man, minus 31. Yeah, that's horrible.
Just stay warm, everybody. All right, so the Lenormand.
Well, with the Lenormand, when I see the house card there, you said the job that was closer to you. Well, that's your home. So it's almost like maybe that's saying, yes, this job is close to you and, you feel comfortable with it. I think, that you would feel comfortable. You would trust the people you'd be working for there. I think, maybe this, and maybe that will play into this too. I mean, maybe these people are looking you as somebody, well, they live really close and this could be, very convenient for all of us.
Yeah, these Lenormand look pretty favorable too. I can't say anymore, really. It just sort of feels like that offer will probably come, or something that just shows that there is really an interaction.
I kind of figured you did, yep.
You're colder than us.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
All
Okay,
right.
so will your business improve in the next 7 days?
I think I heard some places we're going to get down to minus 52.
Oh my goodness.
Wind chill.
Wind
Yeah.
chill, right. So it's another major arcana. It is the hanged. No, wait. I'm sorry. It's not. It's the Knight of Cups reversed.
That deck has Roman numerals for, yeah.
Well, it's other things too.
Okay. So it's Knight of Cups reversed.
Right, and then the Ten of Swords upright.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Whoa, speaking of swords.
Okay, so here's the scythe. And here's the garden, which is the park or the garden. So I don't know. The business might be having a little bit of a period going on here where some things are kind of rough.
Well, Shirley, I don't know where you are in relation to all this weather that's going on. So maybe things are just going to be sluggish and slow due to conditions beyond your control a little bit here. And it's going to feel like a real painful, cold stab to you, you know, in a way. But failing that, it just seems as though things are not going. Wait a minute, in 7 days will the job.
You know what?
What?
I'm wrong. This is not the Knight of Cups. It's the Hanged Man reversed. I'm sorry.
Okay, so it is the Hanged Man.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's okay because still, with that Ten of Swords here, that's not a very good thing.
Yeah.
And I think here, be wary of the people you deal with in the week ahead, too. You know, because some people may not be what they seem. I don't know, it's with that Hanged Man reversed. You know, they may want, you know, some special treatment or favors from you or something like that. Be willing to cut ties with people who just are, you know, have different expectations, okay, from what you are offering them. That's sort of what I'm feeling here, and I'm looking at that scythe in the garden too, and it's just telling me to cut ties with people out there who really, you know, are not worth dealing with. So all in all, I really think the first possibility, believe it or not, Shirley, looks promising to me.
Right. That second possibility, I'm not saying I don't feel like it's going to be, you know, like a horrible, you know, thing happening to your business, but it feels like you may feel you have to make certain cuts, and you're going to really wrestle with that to some degree too. Maybe, you know, you're going to have some experience of guilt over changes you have to make, but, you know, you may have no choice. That's what I got.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'd be curious if it actually goes the other way around. Let us know, Shirley, and definitely if you get this job that's closer to you. I hope that works out for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Shirley.
Oh, Gina, it just sounds really horrible. I hope some of this stuff is not coming to be. I just found out our electric company, DTE, is sending workers to Arkansas because Arkansas is expecting 3 inches, up to 3 inches of ice. Ice! So it could be very catastrophic for the electric grid there. So yes, let's try to keep everybody in our thoughts and prayers because this is a really rough patch we're experiencing. All right, Holly is on the list. Shirley is done. We are on Lena now, and I did not write anybody's question down except Shirley and Jamie today, so we'll have to look for that.
Oh, you're right. We don't have a question from Lena. Lena? That's so unlike you, Lena.
Oh, that is right. You're right. They usually leave one.
Yeah, really, that's the big thing with all that ice. Well, gee, Lena, I hope,
Maybe Lena got called away.
yeah, I'll try to grandstand for a moment. I mean, not grandstand.
We
Did you
can
think
just
that was
chat
funny?
weather. If you guys haven't figured it out yet, I'm a real weather geek. It drives him crazy sometimes when I get too worried about it.
Well,
Nervous.
we're definitely going to be here Sunday unless we lose our power trying to do our show. There it is on the schedule.
And we'll be here for happy hour.
That's right. Happy hour is tomorrow at its regular time. Whoops.
Oh,
I'll
somebody
change
didn't
that.
change the screen. It'll be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. At our normal time, we got to know where we got to be Friday or Saturday. Believe me. I just saw your comment about exploding trees, Gina. Yeah. Wow. Some crazy stuff. All right, well, I guess we're going to move past Lena then and move on to Jamie's Cowboys. And Jamie asked, will my friend talk to me again? Is this the same friend that I thought everything was going well with, or is this somebody else, Jamie? Just so I have a frame of reference here. Oh, it is the same friend. Okay. Well, let's see what's going on. Hi, Flower Beauty. I will add you to the list. You won't see your name till next time I post it, though. Well, I'll post it again real quick. What the heck? It is my deck. All right, let's see. For this one, I'm going to use, I brought out the Raven's Dream Tarot again. I'm going to use that one by MJ Cullinane. I got my hoodies out, and when I went out shopping today, I had a coat on, I had my hood on, a hat underneath that. I was prepped. We can always do a yes, no if this seems ambiguous. We have the Knight of Wands upright. The Two of Pentacles is reversed. Huh. And the King of Cups is upright. Interesting.
It's the Tower and the Fish.
And the Fish? Huh. Well, I don't know. Well, I'm going to skip the Lenormand for now, but I have some thoughts there. There's the Knight of Wands upright and the King of Cups upright, and it almost leads me to think that there's nothing seriously wrong going on between the two of you right now, but there might be some different focuses going on right now. Where, for example, your focus, I'm just going to throw this out there as a possibility. I'll just say it this way. Where one of your focuses may be on more having fun or talking with your friend and just feeling good about things. Or, vice versa. The other person's or yours focus could be on business or other kind of matters that you're trying to push ahead on. So with that Two of Pentacles in the middle there reversed, I'm kind of feeling there's a little bit of an imbalance going on between the two of you right now. And I don't think it's anything, serious. So I do think you probably will talk again, but it may not be for a little while yet.
That's good. I'm glad you said it was Two of Pentacles, because for some reason I thought it was the Two of Wands reversed, which would have made me come up with something different. But I more or less agree with you. I feel like there's some issues of figuring out new territory, perhaps, or new boundaries, or mostly just feeling like each of you still have some other goals that maybe aren't exactly going to coincide, but it's not going to necessarily keep you from talking to each other. It seems to me like when you do find things that bring you under the same roof in a way, that's the Tower, maybe Lenormand, that maybe you'll find a way to, thank you for the donation.
Who did that?
Is that
Gina!
Gina, thank you so much.
Oh, you're so, Gina, sweetheart. I love you. Thank you.
There will be a sense of abundance, or feeling like, you really are coinciding when you're able to bring it together, and it's going to make up, I guess, for that fact that you didn't feel like your views were unison. I'm a little foggy today. You'll have to forgive me. I'm a little off today. Tired.
Well, I'm looking at that Lenormand and I'm thinking, no, this is talking about distance a little bit here. That there may be distance for a little while, and don't act like it's don't act like it's overly much. I think that maybe this is because maybe somebody's working on some other matters related to business or finance. It could be, or that even that you are. But, accept the fact that for now, there may be a little bit of a wall up. But I feel that wall is not necessarily personal here. I kind of feel that both of you have your heads in a good place right now, but it's just that there are other matters that may be, interfering with the flow of communication.
I'm looking at the Knight of Wands and the King of Cups, and I sort of see, like, not exactly, but a little bit of a yin-yang energy between you two.
Yeah.
One's a little bit more projective, one's a little bit more
feely.
Receiving.
Right? Feely.
Yeah.
Yeah. One is more touchy, one is more feely.
Well, I'm not sure if I was...
Okay, maybe I shouldn't say it that way.
But so that's the thing about your friendship, is that you really are very complimentary. So you shouldn't let this kind of work against you. I hope that makes sense.
Well, I hope that does too. I think here that there's just a pause right now. There could be a number of really. To me, it looks like the pause is for really good reasons. Whatever this imbalance is probably related to something in either of your lives right now. So take that for what it's worth, and I hope we're right. Good luck with that.
Touchy-feely, says Gina.
Well, one is more physical act and one is more heart act. And so I kind of looked at it that way. I was being silly, I admit. Oh, I love the tarot. It gives me such liberties at times. All right. Okay, so I guess Gina is up. You are up, Gina.
Gina would like an oracle.
All right. Oh.
Top and bottom.
Okay, well, I've got...
Your choice.
Uh-oh. I just dropped a card. It's so unlike me. And I must get it now. Ugh.
I understand.
Hi, Sonny.
In the meantime, don't forget to watch Banshee's show on Sunday mornings. The Material Matters. And we gather there in the chat room for a recorded reading, but we really carry on pretty well. We talk about aspects of the reading that Banshee gives us further illumination on, and just chat and be very supportive of each other. And you know, it's going to be a real cold morning in most of the states and maybe around the world, so grab your warm cup of coffee or tea and join us for Banshee's Material Matters. We are live in the chat room for that. Any 2 cards from the Oracle, or top and bottom, your choice.
Wow, wow, wow. So, my choice. Well, at first I was going to pick the Liminal Forest, but then I saw the Wisdom of the Familiars, the Everyday, which is Familiars Oracle, and I chose that one. This one might be a good one to do top and bottom. We'll see. So, Gina, I'm obviously pretty free tomorrow, Saturday, except for happy hour, of course.
Well, we have some recording that we want to do tomorrow.
Yeah, we do. We can work around it.
I know. We're not going out.
No, I don't even think I can go out for lottery. No. That's a big sacrifice on my part.
If we get that big snow on Sunday night, Monday morning, I'm pretty sure I will stay in. I'm supposed to work Monday morning, but I don't think I want to. Well, number one, a lot of times we don't get the snow people out here to take care of the condo area.
In time, right.
And I'm not
They've
battling
been better
all that.
this year, though, but not
It has
perfect.
been better, but I'm not going to guarantee it'll be in time.
Ooh, I like this one. The first one you've got is Air, Gina, and it is the Monarch Butterfly. Oh, no.
Oh, that's so
and
pretty.
Sort of a favorite of mine. You got Air and Water, Gina. Gina and the Water, Cancer. You've got the Froggy.
Ribbit. Aw. There he is.
All right, so now I figure out what order these are in. I think Air is here. No, that's Water. Okay, Frog. Oh, I found Frog, so I'm going to keep that one. Hold on. Maybe I haven't. No, yes, I have. What is the number on the other one?
6.
6? Okay. Oh, why can't I get to the... These pages are so thin. Part of the problem. That's Fire. That's Earth. So where is Air? Okay, this is starting to bother me.
Am I wrong? Is it
Air.
another
I'm
number?
looking for it now. Monarch
Air
Butterfly.
6?
51. I passed by Air for some reason. It's a very dark blue. All right, Monarch Butterfly. Okay, the Monarch Butterfly is a vital pollinator who is dependent on the milkweed plant, which is where it lays its eggs, and it's only food for the monarch larva. These majestic butterflies migrate every year, traveling tremendous distances to mate and lay their eggs, defying the odds in their drive to survive. They are a symbol of hope and faith, and the very sight of them can lift our hearts. This card may be telling you to hold on. No matter what you're going through, we all got to go through this storm, that's for sure, Gina. It may seem as though the odds are stacked against you, but you need to have faith that you will come out okay in the end. Sometimes we all have to hold on to hope, to our hope and faith, but those can be powerful enough to carry us through long distances and difficult challenges on gossamer wings. The monarch seems fragile and delicate. If it's somebody who came in, please put them on the list. The monarch seems fragile and delicate, but it persists in its journey, despite everything that life throws its way. You can tap into the power of hope to keep yourself going when things look dark. Reach for the light and look for the things that will feed your spirit. Are you focusing on the positive or dwelling on the negative? It's easy to lose faith in the world and yourself, but it's worth the effort to stay as positive as possible. And boy, are these challenging times to try to keep that positive energy going. So, whatever we're going through, you certainly have what it takes to make it through. And, have faith. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in others, and also, by all means, I wanted to say something here. Keep that candle lit even if things look the darkest. Keep that light inside you burning. Now, let's see what Froggy has to add to this. The frog lives both in and out of the water. It is best known for dramatic changes it goes through during its life cycle. Starting as an egg laid underwater, then a tadpole with gills and a long tail, eventually going through a middle phase where it grows legs and lungs, and the gills and tail disappear. The adult transformed frog lives on land, although it still spends time in the water and symbolizes metamorphosis. This card is an indication that changes are coming, or you're in the midst of them already. They are inevitable. So you should probably just try and go with the flow as gracefully as possible. Metamorphosis isn't always a comfortable process, but the end result will be worth it. Maybe the changes aren't huge, but they're probably important and you should pay attention to what's going on. We resist change because it's scary to go from the familiar and the comfortable to something new, but there is no growth without change. If you've been hanging on to the past or to things that no longer work for you, jobs, relationships, beliefs, behavior, patterns, now may be the time to embrace change and allow yourself to transform into someone different. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, just whether the metamorphosis will be a change for the better. What area of your life needs frog magic? And you know what's really interesting about the combination of these two cards is the metamorphosis that both of these creatures go through, in their life cycle. Change is something that they have to go with the flow with. And so I think here that they both fit together very nicely. That have faith, you will make it through whatever changes are necessary or that you have to endure or go through during this time. Just remain positive and go with the flow. What do you got? What? Oh, wow.
The ship
That's movement.
and the cross.
Okay.
I like it. Right?
Well,
No?
maybe.
Okay.
Not. I would say here that, there may be some difficulties or challenges or a little bit of woe connected with some of these changes that you have to go through, which is maybe why you've got that first card, of endurance and being able to weather, storms, so to speak. And so it may be a little bit difficult and cause you some woe or grief, but you will endure. You will move through this.
Well, I thought that could also mean that those disappointment things are moving away too, no? With the crosses?
No, I don't think so. It could mean the move is disappointing. There's disappointing connected with the move.
I see.
Yeah, no, I think if it was the other way, I might have said it that way.
All right.
All right. Wow. So you are. So that's interesting. So anyway, you've got air and water energy working for you. So you might want to focus on, these particular beings, to guide you through. Good luck with that.
Thanks again for your donation.
And thank you so much. Wow. So yeah, if we still have phone service, Gina, during the storm period.
She says Saturday morning works better.
Well, we do have the 10 a.m. show. So
I think she means earlier.
Okay, maybe. That could keep us from not talking
She
for
can't
hours.
get up that early.
That could keep us from not talking for hours.
Oh, the fire horse. That's right.
That's right. You're right. I forgot about that. Interesting.
Oh, okay. Saturday evening. Yeah, that actually probably is the best then.
That sounds wonderful. So, yeah, we can talk football too. I have my thoughts on the games, the upcoming games, so I'll be happy to share them with you. All right.
Thanks again.
So I saw that Kara came in as well.
Yep, they're both on the list.
Thank you. I will post it now. We are on Libra. I didn't see a question, but I'm sure there's probably one out there.
Libra gave us a question.
Okay.
I'll get it for you. General reading. And that's going to be my deck.
Alrighty.
All right. The Olympus Tarot, or Tarot of Olympus.
440. Yeah. I have nothing on my plate. If I do my filming on I might do my filming tomorrow actually, because I've got 2 days now to work with where I'm not going anywhere. So
there he goes again.
it's a date, Gina, a virtual sort of date. All right.
General reading for Libra. It's the reversed Page of Cups. And it's the upright Six of Pentacles.
Okay. And
The upright Wheel of Fortune. Hey, those are mostly nice.
steam-driven flip phone calendar. Love it. All right, so what was the first one again? I know that was
The first one is the reversed Page of Cups.
Yeah. All right. Here is fishies are back and stars. Oh, one more thing for Gina. I haven't responded to your song yet. I'm going to listen to it after the show. I'm so excited about that. I saw what it is already, so anyway. Is it what's coming towards me?
I told you it was a general reading.
A general reading. Okay, well, the Page of Cups indicates to me that, you should listen to your intuition. I think up and coming, in the next week, maybe you're going to be getting some intuitive nudges. Pay attention to your dreams. I wouldn't be surprised, Libra, if in the next week you're going to be asking about an animal you saw or something you've dreamt, and that's perfectly fine. We love those questions. But I'm feeling here that something might be trying to come through to you. But are you ready to hear it? You don't get yourself so busy that you shut out your intuitive, your intuition.
Yeah, I would have probably said it differently. I get the feeling like something feels doubtful to you, even though you're sort of feeling it in your intuition. You may be second guessing yourself, and so you might want to watch that, because maybe it's something you just can't imagine it's really possible, but it may be something that is possible. Now, I don't know if it's related to the next card. That's the Six of Pentacles, yes. And it's upright. So to me, it sort of feels like this is talking about an occasion where you may feel you're going to be helped out, or you're going to have an opportunity to help somebody out. There may be, something that looks like it's a group project or a neighborhood project, or, a church group or something like that, where people are trying to do something helpful to each other. I wonder if it's connected to the weather situations and or other, things that are just making life a little bit tough during this winter.
Well, I'm kind of thinking here that this could relate to the first card in that you might be, this intuitive flash might help you, actually guide you through a situation where you're trying to even the playing field here, or level the playing field, even the scales here. This is about balance and harmony in a way on a more material level for sure. So, I mean, if there's anything coming up that's affecting you financially where others are involved and maybe, just trying to make sure everybody is comfortable with contributing, their fair share. Maybe you're going to realize there's something that you need to do to balance things out in a positive manner so everybody involved is happy.
Well,
they may be totally different, though. I'm sorry. I want to just go back and say that. I do feel something is coming, though, regarding balancing things out with others in this, probably this week ahead.
When I put it together with the last card, I'm almost wondering if this is talking about... Where's my cough drop?
Oh, I don't know, but I didn't give you one. Here.
Oh, that's what it was.
There you go.
Are you looking at volunteering for something? Are you looking at a volunteer operation, maybe something to do with, the situations that are going around? The only other reason I say that is because the Wheel of Fortune promotes the idea of luck happening, of luck maybe moving around, a good cycle of fortune. And, of course, the Six of Pentacles was about giving and sharing. So I get the feeling like even if it's not an actual volunteering situation, like you're not going to your local soup kitchen or anything like that, but maybe you're finding an opportunity to give something to yourself on a more personal level with somebody you know, helping them out. The Wheel of Fortune?
Is it upright?
It is.
So I feel like all of this, though, well, I still think this could be something else just besides that. But I think these two cards really combined indicate to me that this could bring about a positive turn of events for you, or some good luck, or some good karma. I like what he said about volunteering in a way, because obviously that would be good karma. But there are other ways to pay it forward, in that maybe you help a friend out who helped you in the past. Maybe you're there to listen to somebody who's got a problem, and you're paying it forward that way. But the situation is that it's as if there's a real give and take and a nice flow that's leading to good karma here. And so I think it's separate. I think this is something separate. So I'm just going to remind you again that I think that's a factor for you up and coming, to pay attention to your intuitive insights. And maybe it'll guide you in other things, but I feel like there's some messages trying to come through. Want to go to the Lenormand?
The Lenormand just seemed to enhance this idea of good fortune or luck, and or things that make you feel like, really good about your future, about destiny. Hi there, Rowan. I'm not sure, Flower Beauty. No, you're a few down.
Oh, you're at the end of the list, I think, Flowers.
We post the list every once in a while on the chat, so...
Yeah, you guys got to look at the chat and check the list. Now, I don't know how easy that is on a phone to do, but we're posting the list all the time there. Maybe I didn't put you on.
No, you're there. You're third from here. After Saab,
I'm
after
going to add Rowan. Okay, we're not writing down questions today, though, because I got a late start feeding the cats. All right.
So I guess that's what we have then.
I didn't say the Lenormand, though. I asked you about it. I would just say with the Lenormand that I think there's an abundance of good things to come out of the week ahead. That's the fish, is abundance, and the star is just going to make you feel better. You're going to have a lot of positive feelings this week. So act on that. Do positive things, encourage this kind of energy to come your way this week, Libra. Good luck with that.
All right.
That took a little time, that reading. I apologize. We're on Sob now?
Yes, that's correct. I'll find it for you.
I went to the beginning.
Okay, Sab, did you give us your question? Sometimes I know you wait and then drop it in.
How are you both? May I be added to the list?
Now is the time for you to do that
I
because
do see that.
we got to keep moving here. No, it's nowhere else.
Yeah, I didn't see the question.
Sab, if you're here, go ahead and give us your reading. And thank you for asking about us. We're doing pretty good. Expecting that cold they've been talking about.
Well,
I guess we're going to have to let it go. What do you say, son man?
shall we let it go, Sonny? What's your verdict? I already have, so all right, we're going to move on.
And Holly did leave us a question. I'm going to go find that for
All
you.
right. I have put it on my calendar, a reminder, Gina. Just letting you know, I am set up to. Hi, Holly.
What is Chris' energy towards me? I can't read how he feels.
Chris's energy? Okay. Well, we'll see what we get. Let me use... I'll use the astrology tarot. Haven't had this one out in a while.
You are welcome.
Wow. Well, we've got the Ace of Pentacles here upright. The Eight of Cups is reversed. And the World is upright. What do you got, Mr. O?
Mr. O has the mountains and the moon.
Well, you had to wreck a... You didn't wreck it. You didn't wreck it, but it's interesting. Because I feel pretty good about what I'm seeing with the cards
Me too.
overall, Holly. I don't know what the situation is totally. You said you can't read him. But the Ace of Pentacles seems very, very positive here for growth. You know, that maybe Chris is feeling this could be the beginning of something positive, right? Something growthful. And they seem very, very good about this.
Okay, we kind of assume that, but it's always good to know for sure. I mean, I want him to be a little bit flip and say he thinks you and him could start a family, because there's a sense of a material matter there, like a project like that.
So I guess maybe what I would say, since I see what you're saying there, he's a possible love interest. There is growth potential here. There is growth potential. Maybe that's the way he's leaning, or maybe the cards are just telling me that. Go ahead, what's next? Or do you want to touch on that?
No, I'm good with that. So it's the reversed Eight of Cups.
And that's kind of interesting to me. I don't know if he's involved with anybody right now, but if he is free, he's not interested in moving very fast right now. He's pretty, content, kind of remaining where they're at, And so, I mean, that could be good, that could be bad, but I don't think it's terrible. It's just that there's no major changes going on right now.
Well, I saw what you wrote just there too, and to some degree, there's a sense that he's not moving forward. That doesn't necessarily mean he's moving backwards, but it may mean he's just sort of fixed in a way. And some of that could be, that he either didn't understand or perceive the feedback he might have been getting, or he might be preoccupied with something else. Another matter came up. He's low on cash for his rent.
He's just staying where he is, so that maybe is okay, because the world is also here at the end of it, and this just looks, all these cards are really kind of positive here, like there's a successful conclusion to this. So I would keep that door open. And I would just say this, that it's not going to necessarily be a smooth ride. There will be challenges. You look at the Lenormand and you see success over struggles or challenges. So I like the way that's set up there, because if it was the other way, I would be reading it differently to you.
It's not going to be, if it moves into the possibility of love, romance, it's not going to be like a fairy tale kind of thing. There may be, it might be more like a rom-com where there's some mixed signals here and there, and then, of course, it does sort of work out.
It's going upstairs.
That makes some people gun-shy.
So, yeah, the Lenormand is basically, this could be a successful romance, but there is some challenges and struggles. Maybe it's even in getting it off the ground. I'm not sure. But I do think that, it can be overcome. It can be overcome, because that is spelling success. So I keep that door open for now. This is what the cards are indicating to me.
Maybe we'll hear more later.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Good luck.
And
we are on
beauty.
flower. Now, flower
We
beauty.
made it, flower. Well, I hope it works out, Holly. Keep us posted.
Yeah, we'd love to hear more. Okay, so Flower Beauty asks, what should I do for my highest good with A? I think I got that right.
With A, is it a person? If it's a person, okay. I just need to know if it's a person, a job, or something.
I'm going to assume that A is the person.
Okay. Also, for all of us in the frigid zone, and I'm going to remind Mr. O in particular, that it's very important to stay hydrated in this weather for blood flow, for other reasons. I, of course, have my own reasons to do that, but I just want to encourage everybody to keep hydrated. Very important.
All right, what should I do for my highest good with A? First card, upright Ace of Chalices or Cups.
What?
So that's nice.
Yikes.
Next card, the Devil reversed.
Hmm.
And the final card is the upright King of Swords.
Yeah, before you pulled that King of Swords and I saw that Ace of Cups and the Devil reversed, I was going to say, does this mean if you love someone, you should let them go?
If you love somebody,
You
set
should.
them free.
Set them free.
I'm doing my Sting imitation.
It may not mean that, so let's see what we've got here.
No, I don't think it's about that.
Well,
Well, not necessarily.
Here you go, Mr. Oh.
It's the birds. And the letter. And these are both about communication.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, yeah.
messages. All right, my bugged out beauty.
Take care, Gina. We will see you 4:30 a.m.
I would not be fresh as a daisy. I would be like a trampled weed.
Unless shadows come in and, yeah. Oh my gosh. Shadow woke me up this morning, I have to say.
She woke me up too.
Oh yeah, she was pretty demonstrative. Anyway.
Bye, Gina.
Take care.
Take care. All right. So,
All right.
flower beauty.
Go on.
Well, you said, what can you do for your highest good? I think you have to begin with the idea that there is true love, unconditional love. I mean, if there is something romantic or more interpersonal going on with that's good too. But I think this beginning is more about where you sing from your own heart. Flower beauty, it's sort of like aligning yourself with what your heart's energy is meant to do, to project outward, to begin all of that.
Mr. Obersting, I like that. Well, you know,
Obersting.
there. I guess what for your highest good is to treat this
Night.
wherever this leads with a. How do I want to say this? Be very open-hearted one way or another. Treat this person lovingly, even if you have to let them go. And I'm not sure that's the case here at all, but I'm just saying that whatever happens in this relationship, this is somebody that maybe you need to treat with a little love and tenderness. Maybe, if you've been having issues with them and I'm not saying you should sell out or necessarily, compromise your principles for someone, but the bottom line is at least treat them lovingly and respectfully. I think that's why the ace is here. And maybe, this will mend things if there have been problems, or this will deepen things if there haven't been. And go ahead. You want to go with the devil? I bet
do.
you do.
Okay, so you said, what can you do to have your highest good or to move your highest good with him? And I feel like if A is an established relationship or a relationship of some time, then you may realize that there are behaviors between you that could be push-pull, codependent, or you know how to press each other's buttons or pull each other's strings. This may be saying, if there is this kind of thing going on, you need to work with that. You need to figure out if there are things that you feel oppress you in this relationship or make you feel limited, or do you feel that maybe A feels that way and that A feels oppressed? Then you have to figure out how you can help him through that.
Well, the devil is reversed, and I feel here that maybe, A just needs to feel. Well, I kind of like what you said there. I wonder here if some things that have been really. Wow, I don't know what to say about the devil. I honestly don't. I keep getting lost in it. It's kind of a complicated reading for me. I feel here with the devil reversed, this is somebody that you need to realize that they may need a little bit more space from time to time. I don't know why, but I'm sensing that here. That they just need some space and time to get their lives together more. I sort of feel that way. They need to, and when I'm looking at the end there, both of you, maybe them more than you with the King of Swords, they need to make better decisions in their life and clear their head more. And I think they're very capable of doing this, but I feel as though there's something that maybe has been weighing on them. You know, I don't know that it's something like addictions or things that they are obsessed with. I think that but maybe it's job or career and things like that are putting a lot of pressures on them, or family, something that's putting a lot of pressures on them. And they need to free themselves from this. They need the time and space to take care of this. So whatever support you can give them if they are going through some difficult times might be helpful.
I've been dealing with some list stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering if you want to go to the Lenormand or you want
Okay, so I didn't do the King of Swords.
Oh, I sort of did. Yeah, I did.
Okay, well, I'll do the King of Swords and you can... we haven't closed it yet.
No, Ari, it's been short tonight, and some people even disappeared on
Saab
us.
came back and left a question.
Oh, you added
You have
them
to
back?
read more. No, I haven't yet. You have to read more than the latest thing. It's only a line or two above it.
I've been reading cards.
Okay, whatever.
And people who leave just got to take their chances that we can add them back in or not.
All right, back to Flower Beauty. So I said what I said about the devil, that maybe this is saying, realizing where each of you may be pushing buttons or feeling out boundaries and try to correct some of that. This could involve saying that there may be practical decisions that have to be made in the relationship with A, and that you have to be willing to make them regardless. And you have to come from a position of strength. This isn't necessarily deciding you're cutting him away from your life or you're doing something like that, but this is just sort of being more definitive to yourself about how you really want to decide and move the relationship.
Boundaries?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. So I think communication.
Sab came back before Ari.
They're last on the list because they left.
Okay, so is that like punishing them?
No, but I think Ari, should get in first. Okay.
I disagree.
Well, because if Saab leaves again, they'll know they're last on the list too, so they can go right to the question.
You're
Okay.
welcome, Shirley.
So I just want to say here that with communication is the key. I think you just need to keep talking things out with each other and taking it as it comes, and give them the space and time to sort things out on their own. I really feel like something is weighing heavily on them right now.
I don't see that as much, maybe, but I do feel that the idea of communication and the idea that maybe something more formal needs to pass as communication. I think that's why the letters there along with the birds is that there may needs to be more formal communication or dialogue of some sort to really each of you say your piece or move forward. Maybe you need to determine through more communication what is that highest good that you should aspire to.
Well, I basically went the way I went because of the devil, because I feel here that they want to be released from something. There's something weighing heavily on them that they want release. So, anyway, but either way, I wish you luck with that. Good luck, Flower Beauty. All right, we're on CJ. And I'm sorry I'm doing it that way, but that's the way it is. We've had, like this show and the last show, some people... Where was your question, Lena? We never saw it. We never saw it. So I can put you at the end of the list after Saab, but we had to move on because we called for you and we didn't see the question. I'll add Lena back because we still have the time to do it all, I think. But that's it, I think. So type it in again or try to and let us know. I'm not sure what's going on here and why we missed the question. All right, CJ, you are up.
Do you want me to find the question?
I will also look. I was just busy updating.
Whatever comes out.
All right, you got it. And I'm going to use Todd Elcott's Sci-Fi Tarot. Brought that out again. All right. These cards are a little bendy and very thin. It's kind of pulpy sci-fi. All right. Well, we have the Hanged Man reversed. The Eight of Pentacles is reversed. But Strength is upright. Well, there's something to be said for the... Well, go ahead. What do you got?
Clouds and book.
Oh. That's interesting. And the dark side's facing the book, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. It's really interesting, CJ. I keep looking at the Hanged Man on, and Strength, and that the Eight of Pentacles is in the middle. I just think that there's an interplay between the Hanged Man and Strength here. And I kind of feel here that, the Eight of Pentacles reversed is indicating an unwillingness to either learn something or an inability to learn something or to produce something, work on something. It just seems as though you don't have what's necessary. And when I look at that Hanged Man reversed, I'm thinking it's because you just didn't find out all the things you needed to know. And it really plays into that book in the clouds too. I'm seeing kind of the synergy building there too. Strength is going to play into this, but I'm going to get into that later along with the Lenormand. But I feel here there's an inability to get something done or to make a decision or move because you haven't learned something you've needed to learn, and maybe you've been spending a lot of time thinking about it, but you have come off that tree of the Hangman not really understanding what you need to do.
Well, I think additionally it may be possible that you feel you've learned the wrong things or you are misapplying what you've learned incorrectly somehow, and therefore it's still the same result, that something didn't quite come out. And you may feel you've wasted your time, but at the same time you may feel that you might be able to find your way to power through this somehow. Strength is the key there in a way. Yeah, you did have it before too. I think I remember that.
Oh.
So I think this is mostly a matter of realizing you might have to realign either skills or resources you might have been using towards something different, or just really pulling the plug on something different and changing your course altogether. You might be learning something that says where you're going is really not working out, the book leaning towards the dark side of the clouds.
Well, you might have posted it earlier, but we never got it. And
did
so,
not see
because
it.
I didn't see anything in all caps like that. So, it could be the computers, it could be the systems, Lena, but we've got to go with what we have. And we've had 3 people on the show who disappeared on us when we needed to touch base. And I understand sometimes you have to go away, but, this is what happens sometimes. So, it is what it is. And we do the best we can. Okay. So strength, have you tackled that yet?
I did the whole thing.
I didn't tackle strength because I think here, what I want to say about that is that maybe this is just applying, don't make this harder than it seems, though. Maybe you're struggling, but the answer might be a little bit easier than you think. So my advice with strength upright, sometimes there's subtle forces at work and you don't have to apply a lot of pressure. And so I think here that maybe if you don't put a lot of pressure on yourself, maybe divert your attention even for a while with some other activities so that you can stimulate the creative juices again, or your mind to come up with some creative ideas or solutions. It might help. And when I'm looking here, again, we've got the book in the clouds, and I feel here that there's just something more you need to know. There's things that are very unclear to you right now, and you have to get to the bottom of it, one way or another.
So it may not be a matter of saying you're going the wrong way or you're not using things rightly, but it is a matter of saying just using them wisely and maybe taking a little time to think it through a little bit.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Well, it's pretty strange reading,
It was a
CJ.
little
I hope
bit.
you could resonate to that a bit. Good luck with that. I like my sci-fi tarot. I'll probably bring it out again along with his Pulp Fiction tarot. They're fun. All right. So, Mr. O, your deck for Kara. Kara, that Disney-fied picture's great. We had such fun with that. Mr. O, though, I don't think he liked his nose.
I don't like the one any knows. Kara, did you leave a question?
She's got Oracle top and bottom.
Oh, that's you then.
Yippers. So I guess it is me.
You're welcome, CJ.
I'm going to go with the Crow. The Crow Oracle. All right. The Urban Crow. I feel bad for all the creatures outdoors. My squirrel friends. Everybody out there, all the bunnies. It's going to be so cold. All the stray animals, the cats and dogs that are out. It's a bad time. The iguanas that are falling off trees in Florida. All of it.
Yeah, we have a friend who tries to help out pharaohs too.
Well, when it rains, it pours, all right, Kara. Because not only do you have rain, you also have betrayal.
Oh.
Ah, yeah, that's what I say. Okay, rain is in this book. Let me take a look. I'm almost there. There we are. Well, we know this isn't our temperature now, but on a hot, dusty day in summer, there's nothing more refreshing than a quick rain shower. The smell of steam rising up off the streets and sidewalks is one of my favorite smells. Is that weird? Our summers in Seattle tend to be dry with a little rain, and more recently our summers have become increasingly hot. By August, the grass is yellow and 2 months of dust and crud have built up on surfaces. When the first significant rain arrives, it's refreshing, and unlike in January, it's very much welcome. Rain brings hope that things will grow again and that a time of stagnation is ending. You might find that your thirst for something, whether for knowledge or adventure, will finally be quenched. And if you are going through a dry spell, there is an end in sight. Rain cleanses and washes away dust and debris, and with it we can see more clearly. The winds have shifted and a storm is coming, one that brings a change without destruction, which is interesting since we have betrayal here, so we'll get to that. All right, so let's look at betrayal. I think it's in this book, but I could be wrong about that too. I am wrong about that too. It's in her new book. And here it is. I read somewhere about a crow who would spot a car coming and then lure squirrels onto the road using food as bait. The crows would then sit upon a wire and patiently wait for dinner to be served. This sounds like a Scorpio thing. For betrayal,
I ain't eating squirrel.
For betrayal, I thought how sinister, how disloyal it would be for a crow to do that to another crow. Generally speaking, crows do not kill other crows within their family. If a crow kills another, it's usually during an altercation and due to the other bird being weaker. And being scavengers, the crow will eat them. In this expansion pack, you will also find trust. And because of this, I felt to give balance to the energy betrayal, that betrayal needed to be created. Betrayal speaks of broken trust, of not just playful trickery, but deception that causes heartbreak or harm somehow. Betrayal may signal that someone within your confidence is abusing your trust at best, and at worst, actively looking for a way to stab you in the back. But you know what? If this hasn't happened yet, that's one thing. But if it has happened, I think that's why you have the other card here, that now the rain is cleansing you of that energy and you're able to move forward. But if it hasn't happened yet, then that is what's going to happen, is you will overcome this, you will get over this, and you'll be able to move forward more positively after all. It's almost like a Ten of Swords card in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Paisley.
We're adding Paisley and we're closing the list.
All right, so in Lenormand, it's the bear and the bouquet. And the bouquet is a gift. The gift to the bear or of the bear maybe is indicating that you'll have to, find that reserve of strength within yourself, gift it to yourself, reach into yourself possibly to deal with this, especially the sense of betrayal. Although, I think the cleansing period is important too. It may be something that has to be dealt with head on too, indicating why the bear's there. The bear and the bouquet.
I know. Well, I think here, whatever's transpiring or has transpired has really been a gift for you, because it showed you your personal power to overcome this, to not allow not allow the betrayer to get the, how do I want to say this, the satisfaction of seeing you being brought down. You didn't let it bring you down. You moved forward. You let it cleanse off of you. You cleansed it off of you and you moved on. And so this might be something coming your way, Kara, that is a test of your strength and your personal power. And guess what? I think you pass. I think you pass.
All right.
So good luck with that.
And I have indicated the list is closed. Everyone on the list gets their reading. Paisley is last. And we are moving on to Rowan.
Yep, I'm pinning the message here. Hey, you're welcome, Kara. Soldier on. Did they leave a question?
I'm looking.
All right.
All right, Rowan. I don't see a question. Can you give it to us?
All right, post a question, or when we don't see it.
Oh, wait. It says general guidance. I got it.
Okay.
General guidance. Okay, thank you.
We got it. We got it.
All right. And I'm using the Mirror of Crows Tarot. Add some more crows to our evening.
Ah, nice. And I kept this one out for a while, and I haven't used it much for oracle readings.
Thank you, Rowan.
All right. All right.
Our first card is the Nine of Cups, upright. Then it's the reversed Empress.
It's going to make sense.
Yeah. And also the reversed Knight of Pentacles. So there's definitely some guidance here. Crossroads from the Lenormand. And the birds have returned. Plus there's crows in most of the pictures here.
Well, this is pretty interesting. You're going to be kind of, I don't know if you're very focused on this or not, but according to the cards anyway, it seems like you may be focusing on manifesting something or wanting to manifest something in your life that you had really wished for or wanted for a while now, whether it's career oriented, whether it's in your personal life. This is a time when you really want to manifest something, and the prospects are good if you're willing to roll up your sleeves and work on it. But I have to say, when I see the Empress reversed, it seems like there's either a slowness or a sluggishness, or maybe a lack of creative thinking as to how to get what you desire. You want it bad, but you're having some problems, producing it. So basically the whole idea here is you want to manifest it, but how do you get it? I just feel like there's a disconnect here somehow, that you're maybe thinking you're trying everything you can, but maybe you're not. And so maybe you have to work a little bit harder at trying to make this happen. I'll stop there.
And I'm going to see it kind of differently here. I think that the Nine of Cups suggests that this is the time for you, as a part of guidance to you, to focus specifically on what it is you wish for, what it is you feel brings what you really desire most into your life, and especially something that makes you feel emotionally very comfortable. So it could be a relationship, it could be a sense of family, it could be a sense of whatever fulfills you on a very emotional need. To do this, I feel the Empress reversed is telling you you have to put yourself at the center of what you care for. That to me, the Empress reversed in the context of your question, Rowan, says, make sure you are the one who cares for yourself more than anyone else, because maybe that's all there is. Maybe it's up to you to be the one to totally understand what you need to be, cared for, to put self-care at the center of, your goal or mission in life. I'll stop there.
That's nice. And the Knight of Pentacles reversed. The Knight indicates to me that, again, the Empress can mean a lot of different things, and productivity and fertility is one of them. But of course, when she's reversed, she's not producing. And so when I see the Knight of Pentacles too, again, that kind of reinforces this idea that more work needs to be done, or more serious application of your talents and skills in order to manifest what you desire is necessary here. There's no time for a lackadaisical attitude anymore. You have to really focus on what it is you want and work harder to achieve it.
And in the context of the reading and guidance, I feel that once again the Knight of Pentacles reverse maybe says something a little different. It may be saying you should slow down. You should spend more time on details, especially if you're trying to figure out how to focus on what you truly wish for your life to be, comfortable, content, emotionally satisfying. And that it also involves this idea that you are putting your self-care at the center of that as the most important thing. That this means to me, slow down a little bit more to enjoy your life, or to focus on what those issues are that bring you the most, sense of satisfaction, or you're caring for yourself.
Now, with what I said, when I look at the Lenormand, I feel here that don't allow other people to put you off track. Other people may try to interject other ideas or goals or things for you to think about, as opposed to what you really had set your sights on. Don't allow people to interfere with your ability to manifest with what you desire, or your desire to manifest it. They may want you to go in a different direction completely, but it's up to you if you're going to listen to that talk, or if you're going to go after your dreams.
To me, this one's a little bit of an either or. I think that there are absolutely some people that maybe will divert you or detour you in certain ways, maybe because they think they have your best interest at heart, or maybe because they really are hoping, to detour you for more selfish reasons. But I also think it's possible that other communications may see you look at those roads, and using that process of discernment I was talking about, decide which ones are really the ones you should go. So it's a little bit of both to me.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Good luck, Rowan.
No, yeah, Rowan. Good luck with that. Ari is up.
Hi, Ari. Ari wants to know what she needs to know right now.
I saw that. I did, as I was searching for another question. So, all right. Let me get this one. The winter one. Oopsie. There we go. Mr. O is getting a raise at work. I saw that. All right, let's do this. All right, so what do you need to know right now, Ari?
Thank you, Rowan. And you're welcome.
You're very welcome. Well, it's the winter hermit. I feel like a winter hermit right now, believe me, Ari.
Just going to throw all three out?
Yeah, for this
Okay.
one. Not do my reading. But you're right. Okay, you're right. You're right. Doing my reading. What do you need to know right now? That now is a time for reflection. Now is a time for really thinking about, hey, whatever. You know, a lot of times it's about spiritual matters or higher wisdom, but it could also be about your future direction in life. Maybe it's time to start mapping out some strategies. But this involves some real quiet introspection and reflection. You know, winter, even though it's past the solstice, it's still a really dark time and a deep time for going within and calming the spirit, calming the mind, and trying to find, you know, some spiritual guidance or wisdom or just a way forward. You know, come up with some new creative ideas of things you want to do and try when you're ready to come back out into the world again. But frankly, if it's going to be minus 40 degrees below zero, you might want to stay in that cave a while.
Well, colloquially speaking, you know, the hermit, you know, applies to that, to what Banshee said, and then it also applies to somebody that, you know, shuns people and stays inside. And I don't know that that's necessarily that, but what you need to know right now is that this is a time for you to be reflective and to maybe not necessarily shun people, but look for the space you need within yourself to have that time for reflection. So this isn't saying that you avoid people or situations.
No.
You just have to be a little bit more into the idea of introspection and reflection. You maybe have more going on than you realize. The number 9 sort of signifies that maybe you realize that things are moving to that real point of transition and then rebirth. And so this is maybe a holding area for you before something else really does take off. Reflection may help you with that.
So get up early. You know what? And it doesn't mean you have to hive off for a day or a week. I mean, you could take a retreat, but the bottom line is make time for yourself. Even if it's a half hour or an hour, get up earlier in the morning and sit quietly, you know, and you sip some tea and reflect on things, or maybe stay up a little later I know you have a roommate, but you know, at times when the house is quiet, and you know, do some introspection and reflection.
Right.
So why is this important? Because winter temperance is reversed.
Right, winter temperance. Okay, so it's important because maybe you're not really balancing things that could bring more peace or consistency to your life. Temperance is kind of like an alchemical process of moderation and balance. And this could be saying that without this reflection about where you really want to be in life, where you really want to go, you're not really getting that. You're sort of just existing in a way that doesn't honor what your path wants to be.
So where are things
You
headed?
didn't say anything
I
about
didn't.
that.
You're right. Well, a lot of what he said holds for me, but I feel here that maybe life is a little bit chaotic right now. You know, you're going to be working that second job and all these different things. And of course you had some issues lately, you know, with some stuff, I think, with your friend or the roommate. And so I think here that maybe this would just do you good to kind of chill yourself a little bit and balance things out a little bit. Find your center again. You know, do some quiet activities that make you feel at peace and whole again. And so where are things headed? Well, the King of Winter Wands is here.
But they're reversed.
Reversed.
Well, where it's headed is maybe there's this idea that you don't like not being popular in a way. You don't like looking like you're not confident or charismatic or have the strength of your ambitions. And so if things look like that, or if you feel you're giving off that persona, that's not going to really make you very happy. You may have to really come to terms with what your needs or goals are. Some of them, are about getting ahead in life. Some of them maybe need to be challenged a little bit in terms of what really is most important for you, or what will work best for you.
Well, I'm going to meme off of him just a little bit here, but I think as far as what I was suggesting, I think what this is saying is that this king is telling you that maybe you like to be out there a lot. Maybe you like to be seen. Maybe you like to be a presence on social media. Whatever the case may be, you want to be out and about. Maybe you like a lot of social activity. But I think it's counterproductive for you right now. And it's, again, this idea that maybe you should pull back for a bit. That you should pull back for a bit and get a little bit more perspective on where your life is headed and where you want to be going, and tackling some bigger issues. And, sometimes... And I'm not saying this is you, Ari. Please don't take this personal, because I don't think this is you. But sometimes people will, fill their lives up with these activities because, well, they have goals and dreams, but also they're trying to avoid dealing with some of the deeper questions in their life, or even dealing with settling down and being alone with themselves for a while. And I almost get that feeling you kind of need that here. Whether you're that kind of person or not, you just kind of need that right now.
All right, so let's look at the Lenormand, and our first one is the dog, and then the moon. And I'm almost wondering if this is saying, kind of like, in terms of a friendship circle, figure out who really are the best friends, who are the most loyal friends, and focus with them. They're the ones who will bring you the most success or the most joy in your life. And so it sort of goes a little bit against the idea of the hermit, but maybe it correlates with the idea that you don't have to be a total hermit. You just need to be with the people who are your true friends.
I kind of like that, but I think, too, maybe this is saying that...
Thank you.
I think it's just trying to put you at ease here to say that, you aren't going to be missing out on anything by doing this. Your friends will still be there for you, when you're done with this downtime period. I think sometimes also by doing this, we see who our two friends are in a way, who's checking up on you. Hey, what happened to Ari? Why isn't she around? Why isn't she on social media? Why is she taking a day off? Is everything okay? I mean, it's funny, but I feel here too that this could also be saying there is success if you just trust if you be loyal to yourself and take the time you need to start looking at some bigger picture things in your life.
Which was like the hermit, too.
Yeah. Which is, again, I'm just trying to tie it into what I said. But I could see what you're saying a little bit there about friends. I just think they'll be there and not to worry.
You're probably right. Thank you, Ari.
Good luck with that. Mr. O, big money.
All right, Sab is up.
Not big money, but it's a nice raise.
Well, last year's was much better.
Yeah, well, tough times and all that.
Well, that was more about rectifying because there hadn't been a raise in years.
Right. Okay, about the physical qualities of my future husband. Okay, well, we're going to have to play with that one, aren't we?
Well, isn't it the one where we look for the court card or something? Okay. All right.
And then we'll see. I would just say take the next two cards, whatever they are, because we can still determine a lot from them.
All right.
But I want a court card to start it off with, yeah. All right, Sob, we're going to do it for you. We're going to see what we get. You got one right away?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I got one.
Okay.
It's the reversed King of Swords.
My goodness.
So a swords could mean an air sign. So it could be an Aquarius, a Libra, a Gemini. It could be somebody that has that in their chart somewhere prominently, like their moon sign or something. Being a king, it could be somebody who is a mature person, a mature man. So that could be 35 and up. But it could be somebody younger. It could be somebody a lot older. I'm not getting a definitive there on their age. Being as it's reversed, I might feel like this is not necessarily somebody who is super accomplished in life. Like they may not own a business, but they might, they may be a steady worker, but they're not wealthy kind of personality necessarily.
Well, yeah, I'm getting a little vibe here. I think that he's right. It could be an air sign. I think that this person is a little bit more either mature or age-wise older than you. I feel that. I feel that that basically they may need some help over time in trying to. Well, they may need help over time in really analyzing things. It seems like they're not a very deep analytical thinker. They're more ready to jump to conclusions without thinking things through. So a ideal partner, if hopefully you'd be able to help them with that by guiding them and and having them consider different points of view or perspectives, or filling in some gaps for them from time to time. They may need help with that. I feel that their career may be more in a physical field rather than an intellectual one, that it might be more physical. So, that could be a lot of things like military service. That could be building homes, working on roads. It just seems like it's more of a physical labor kind of card.
They're not a lawyer or a teacher, educator.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe.
And I will say this, that they could be a little bit domineering. So, you might have to set some boundaries with this person. As for their physical appearance, it looks as though they may have dark hair and eyes. I would say that about the swords. They may have brown or hazel eyes. They may not have the darkest of hair, but they're brown haired. They're not blonde.
They may seem strong-bodied, but not necessarily a muscle builder kind of person.
I like that. I think they definitely have kind of a physique because of the kind of work they do.
Next ones?
Yeah.
All right. It's the, is that the Three of Pentacles, right?
Yeah, that's a pentacle, but it's a 5, it says on
It's the
top
five.
here.
Okay. It's so tiny.
Interesting.
That's why I asked you. All right. So the Five of Pentacles is upright. And I get the sense like this could be a person who maybe they're somewhat independent and they're somewhat comfortable with that. But at the same time, they sort of maybe on occasion feel they don't always fit in with everybody. So they sort of feel they're a little aloof. So that may have given them the feeling that, they like being independent. But maybe they just need to be invited more, to just loosen up and feel more comfortable with people.
Yeah, I don't think it's a matter of shyness, but it might be a matter of just not dealing with people very well. What?
Well, remember what we said about them not necessarily being analytical and being more physical, it could be the sense that maybe they don't always feel they fit in with different types of people that are like them more.
Well, I look at the Five of Pentacles too and wonder if it's not so much about this, but to say that they will encounter some rough patches in their life. They will encounter some times when money won't be as easily flowing as it does at other times. And so, that kind of, to me, almost sounds like seasonal work in a way, where somebody may get, work part of the year, business is really flowing, and other parts of the year it's not. So that could be a lot of things, maybe like a farmer, for example, who has to take care of things at certain times of the year, and then at other times things are tighter and more fallow, and they have to, make sure that they're managing that well. So I do think, that may be where what I said in the beginning, where they may not be thinking clearly, they may need somebody who can kind of manage finances and things like that better for them too.
That's very interesting, Says. Thank you. All right, so the final card is the stars upright. And I don't know if this is sort of like how their life goes. Or how life goes?
It could be.
It could be.
I think here, or it could be just about you guys in general, but I think here, I think it's about them. I think that despite things, they're really, they have a pretty optimistic attitude. They're pretty optimistic and hopeful about things, and
they feel they have a future.
Even if, like, for example, what Mr. O said about them not fitting in with others, it doesn't seem to faze them much. They're kind of happy being a loner in a way, They don't need a lot of people around them to, validate them in some way. So they're pretty independent-minded. And I think here they're very, very positive in life. So that sounds pretty good to me.
All right, I agree.
But there's a few things.
All right, the Tower and the clouds, the light side of the clouds is leaning towards them. I wonder if this is saying that sometimes they're confused about where they are in life in terms of maybe career or employment, or where they sit in a general sense of society. And so this, once again, in my opinion, plays towards the idea that they're a little bit aloof, or that they don't feel they fit in exactly with everybody. But they might have existential questions about where they feel they belong in life, or whether they're in the right career, or, things like that. It doesn't mean that they're insecure or incapable of making decisions or something, but they still always have these thoughts about, what if I, something else.
I think here, the clouds are about, when the light side is facing something, it's about clarity. I think over time in their life, they're going to gain more clarity about, their direction in life insofar as career goes. Like, for example, if they are in a field that's very physical oriented, at some point in their life, they might decide to make a shift, because maybe the work gets kind of hard for them. Maybe they can shift in some kind of a management area over time. It's possible here, if they gain more clarity and, they start pulling it all together career-wise, they may decide they need something more. And I get that over time. Over time, they might change careers to something that will be better for them and less strenuous for them, I feel, on a physical level. So, right. Good luck with that. So, that's what we see. That's where the cards have led us this time.
Obviously, there's a sense of, this is about, entertainment in a way, too, It's what we feel from that, but how can we ever really know unless, you come back and tell us.
That's right.
Which we hope you would.
Which hopefully it'll be before, we retire from doing this. So good luck with that. All right. So we are on
Lena
Lena, and Lena did post it.
my question.
She did. It's love reading for the
Next 3 months.
Yep. All right. My deck. I will get this one.
Well, I kind of felt that in a way too, Sab, that maybe this wasn't, your type of person, but who knows, right?
We'll see. Time will tell. Well, maybe it's a physical thing that I didn't cover, It could have been like sports. It could have been other things. I don't know exactly. We could maybe check if there's anything further we can tell you if you want to ask that again. Another time, just ask us what more can we find out. All right. For Lena, love reading for the next 3 months. The Two of Swords is upright. The Ace of Cups is reversed. And the Three of Coins is upright.
1, 2, 3.
Well, this is kind of interesting. Yeah, you're right about. Well, yeah.
Ace, 2, 3. Okay, the key and the cross.
The key and the cross? Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know if you've asked this question recently about love, but sometimes when we ask this question over again, we get different results. But the next 3 months really don't look very, what's the word? Very promising, I guess, as far as love goes. The Ace of Cups is reversed. It's almost as if it's hard to get something started, or things that get started just don't seem to go anywhere. There just seems to be a stuckedness going on here. Feeling stuck, like nothing is moving. Maybe this is a time to step back from pursuing love in your life for now. And I hate to say it's going to be all 3 months, but possibly not. I will get to that. But looking at these two cards, I'm just going to say, at least for now, it looks to me like January and February might be really kind of slow going.
Right. If something does start up within this next month or 2, 3 months even, it seems like it's going to be slow and not be encouraging, and that maybe one or either of you might be just sort of holding the line, waiting to see if something more interesting shows up even. That's all I can say about those, really. It just sort of feels like if something's happening, it's not very interesting, and you might as soon just hang on and wait for other. The Three of Coins is upright, and maybe this adds to the idea that
what do you think?
You need to have a plan of some sort, or you need to have at least a guideline or a way of moving towards that. And so some of that could be if you're trying to meet a particular person that you work with or get involved with that, then you need to find a way to be more around that person. I know it sounds simplistic. I'm going to let Banshee take over.
Well, that one is a little tricky, but I would say that I like what he said there. But I think basically what it says is you have to work on this more. You have to work on, or figure out how to break this dry spell, because that's what it looks like to me. It looks like it's a dry spell, and you're going to have to work on changing that. And whether you get some advice from others or whether you meet people through others, whatever the case may be here, you just have to find a way to work through this stagnation, this stale time, if that's important to you. But maybe it's also saying maybe you should just lay low for now, especially if you're just not feeling it. I don't know why the grief card is here with the key. I would just say this to you is don't allow yourself to wallow in self-pity or despair over this. How you handle a dry period, is important, because if you're just going to be down on yourself, you're just going to reinforce and prolong this dry spell rather than trying to do something constructive about it. And the only other thing I can think of here, Lena, is if you're still grieving, the loss of your mom, etc., maybe you need to put that front and center a while and be, a little bit more willing, until you're more willing or able to let that go. And you can focus on, how to find a way through this stagnation.
A thought that came into my head, especially with the Lenormand, was maybe the realization that the next 3 months are really going to be not very productive, and that maybe you should consider, the months beyond that maybe spring tends to bring more people out into the open, especially if they're interested in meeting people for possible relationships. So I would say the next 3 months are just not going to be as well for you, and that you might just consider what you can do for yourself to only, please yourself, and think about relationships beyond that in the future. Wait a few more months.
Oh, so good luck with that.
Good luck,
I
Lena.
wish you the best. And sorry we missed your question earlier, but
It wasn't in our chat, so
yeah,
we can't do it if we don't see it.
Yeah.
We're sorry. All right, so
You're
we're on
welcome, Lena.
Paisley. You're welcome.
All right, Paisley. Take a look here. I'm not sure I see it.
Hey, Paisley.
I think I went too far.
No, because they're only here not that far back up. They say hi, hi.
Yeah, that's why I said I think I
That was
went.
their first one. So I'm not seeing them. Let's just give them a moment. But hey, maybe they just said hi. Because they didn't really say anything else, did they?
Yeah, I guess not.
Paisley, we're going to wait a moment, but we can quickly tell everybody that, of course, we are back Sunday for another live stream from 7 to 9 p.m. Also, too, happy hour will be on this Saturday at 10 a.m. We do hope everybody comes for happy hour. We're going to be cold over here, so let's warm up the place with some warm greetings and happiness between us all.
But we're going to be upstairs in the cold.
Oh, we'll be fine. But also, too, hey, if you're interested in relationships, check out my show tomorrow, The Emotional Exchanges. I will pull 3 cards for every sign of the zodiac, telling you what is your vibration for the week, your emotional challenge, and who or what is coming towards you and why. That's tomorrow at 7 a.m. And all right, I guess Paisley just said hi. So we're good.
I want to thank everybody for stopping in and, apologize a little bit. I just felt really tired through the show.
I'm very tired right now. I don't know
I'm
why.
not. I think it's the weather. I really do. I'm feeling the change coming of the sub-zero Arctic stuff and drained. So I kind of dragged on some of those readings, and I apologize for that. But I want to thank everybody for coming in today, and we'll see you in the polar vortex on Saturday morning for happy hour, hopefully. So join us, And take
Bye,
care.
Kara.
Take care. Bye, Kara. Bye, everybody. And stay safe out there in this crazy weather if you're in
Yeah, don't
the
go out
U.S.
if you don't need to.
Okay, everybody. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.